The old man had 4 children, but none were willing to come home for the family gathering. At the age of 60, he suddenly had an idea. He went home, packed a suitcase, and decided not to take a plane, but instead to travel alone across the entire United States to visit his 4 children in person and see if they were all happy. So each time he found one of his children, he would ask them the simplest question: "You happy?" "What do you mean you're happy?" "Yeah, of course I am." When he got the answer he wanted, Frank was very satisfied. He sighed with relief, feeling the trip was worth it, and then hurried off to the next city. He hoped to get the same answer from his eldest son. "And you're happy?" "Happy, yeah. I get paid to bang a big loud drum all day. Of course I'm happy." But this time Frank hesitated. Even though he received the answer he wanted, he noticed a flicker of fear in their eyes and a barely detectable pain in their words, as if they were all hiding a truth. They were lying, and it seemed like a prearranged cover-up. This deeply confused Frank. Why wouldn't the children he had worked so hard to raise tell him the truth? Determined to find out, he came up with a plan. Normally he had only bought discounted meat, but this time he splurged on premium steaks, fine wine, and even bought a brand new oven. Everything was ready, but the children were nowhere to be seen. Then the phone rang. It was his youngest son. Guiltily, he told his father that things were going well for him, and he might not make it back. Frank joked, teasing his son about missing out on fine wine. He still held out hope for the other 3 children. However, when Frank checked his voicemail, he was deeply disappointed. His 2 daughters both had excuses. One was sent on a business trip, the other was drowning in work and had a sick child. The message also mentioned that the eldest son wouldn't be coming. Either this long-awaited reunion dinner would ultimately be enjoyed by Frank alone. Months earlier, his children had attended their mother's funeral, but had never come home. At that moment, a bold idea formed in his mind. If his children were too busy to come to him, he would go to them. His doctors strongly opposed the idea. Years of working as an electrician, exposed to PVC materials, had left Frank with severe pulmonary fibrosis, and a long trip would be extremely hard on his body. But Frank's mind was made up. He packed enough medication, gathered his belongings, and set off on this journey to reunite with his family. He arrived at his son's house in the evening, hoping to surprise him, but after ringing the doorbell for a long time, no one answered. He sat outside until midnight waiting. In vain, he had no choice but to find a place to stay. Passing by an art gallery, he saw a painting of David in the window, and memories of his childhood relationship with his father flooded back. As a child, David had dreamed of becoming a painter, but Frank had dismissed the idea, saying that filling walls with paintings would only attract dog urine, and suggested he become an artist instead. The next day, there was still no word from David, and Frank's medication was running low. Frank slipped a letter under David's apartment door, then took a bus to his daughter Amy's house.